We'll start this Board of Commissioners meeting November 6th, 2024 at 2:19 p.m. We typically start these meetings with a prayer reading or thought followed by the pledge. That prayer reading or thought will be given by Lily Ann Lee, and then the pledge, Bert Garfield will lead us in. Thank you, Carolina. Yeah, just come on up to the microphone. When I said Lily Ann Lee, I meant Lena. Lily Ann Lee.
Okay. Our dear and kind Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for the opportunity to be here today. We ask for Your guidance as the commissioners make the decisions that will affect the county, and we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Carolina.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Bert. We have already done our Employee of the Month, and once again, publicly thank all of those in the clerk's office for all of their efforts during the elections as they continue counting ballots. We appreciate them so much. We have a work session, our semi-annual report from our USU Extension friends.
We should have a PowerPoint, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
So while that's getting started, I'm Ton Bettis. I'm the County Director for USU Extension, and welcome Commissioner Beltran. Appreciate your service and the other commissioners. Also, we are in our agreement with the county. We present twice a year, once in the January to March somewhere, to present our goals and what our intentions are for especially the county money we use, and then toward the end, we give a report on results and then a request for continued funding, and that's what we're doing here. So USU Extension, the county, our budget this fiscal year is $380,000, and we can fairly easily show a 1,200% return on investment. It's just in grants, about $4.56 million received, and then almost $500,000 in just volunteer hours using IRS tax rates on the value of volunteerism within the county. So we're not requesting a budget increase this year, and this is just a breakdown of our total budget. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Now, it does read $386,000. I have been communicating with Commissioner Gardner mainly, and the county requested Extension handle paying the county bee inspector, and so I've included $6,000 in the budget request for that. So just some really brief Farm Field Days numbers right here. Again, we have copies of these that are being handed out. 2,171 students came through Farm Field Days in 4 days, and that was a successful event there. Agricultural programming, we do a lot with both animal and those that are growing different crops. And our Jake Hadfield, who couldn't be here today, his grants right now are $112,000 there for what he's doing. And then as far as my section of agriculture, I cover fruit trees and vegetables and other directly edible crops for humans. We are working on several projects right now in your handouts. We're starting a new feasibility of commercial grapes in Utah County. We were putting in 1.5 acres of trials there, and then we do a lot of other work in agriculture, but we support the agriculture because the fruit industry alone is a $26 million industry in the county, and we are the largest county in the state as far as fruit trees go, and so that's important to support that. So I didn't want to spend a lot of time. We have about 15 minutes, and I'm just going to quickly turn time over to others in our office, and then we'll finish up, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Cindy Jenkins, as you can see by the slide, and I cover home and community for USU Extension. We do have 2 faculty members within this area for Utah County, so I'll be covering both of our slides, and I may refer to just some notes as I go over the other individual slides for Gabby. Okay, next slide. Oh, I have a clicker. Appreciate that. All right, so we do have, for the main project that I want to report on, it's the Utah Valley Women in Leadership Collaborative. This is an initiative that we created with individuals in Utah County. We had several different events here, and over the last couple of years, it has grown and even become its own entity. It's now a separate nonprofit outside of Utah State University Extension, and so I fill a role as I work for Utah State University, and then I also have an arm over here as the board chair for this Utah Valley Women in Leadership Collaborative. And just in the last year alone, we have garnered almost $50,000 in in-kind donations and volunteer hours. And we will be looking to apply for several additional grants in the coming year. And we've had 2 large events where we've had over 150 and 100 attendees, many community partners come, and we love the project. We've had a lot of great community support for it. And as you can see by the quote from a participant who said, "I love the empowering phrase, 'She can, I can.' And storytelling is what connects us and creates unity amongst our differences. The booths were great for awareness, and the drawing created a fun incentive." So essentially what we've done for the UVWLC is we created a She Can, I Can initiative, and we are essentially using storytelling as a way to connect and ignite a spark among women to help them know themselves and know that they do not need to be alone, helping combat loneliness, depression, and helping them make great choices for their lives. And then we also have, as I said, the community booths where many people will come, usually nonprofits will come and then help them know that they have access to many resources in the community. And then here's just some other grants and projects that I manage, things that are going on this year. Create Better Health, which is nutrition education for usually those in vulnerable populations, especially those who are of a lower socioeconomic status. Cultural belonging, that's just making sure that we're including all parties, right? That was another grant that we did this year. For Utah County, the emphasis is mainly on Spanish-speaking individuals. And then for after-school programs, for the Strength and Youth Confidence, we were very excited to turn out new curriculum. This specific program, we created a confidence curriculum for youth a few years ago. It has since won over 15 awards on a national and state level, and now we're creating a new curriculum, which we're really excited about. Okay, I'll go ahead, and this is my contact info, but I'll go ahead now and just move into Gabby's information. Gabby does the Heart Initiative, where they're doing advocacy maybe mostly, and helping with drug prevention. And specifically, they do a lot with chronic pain prevention, and then also handing out handing out items that help with drug overdose and Narcan. Yeah, I got it. I think we're good. Yeah, thanks. Okay, and then the harm reduction project, this is a big one that they're doing. As you can see, Gabby is mainly doing the community partnerships. She's training the different people who are going to be here, especially with the 4-H mentoring. So this is a partnership grant where they're working with the Intermountain Community Care Foundation, with 4-H mentors, and they'll be able to help quite a bit with the opioid overdose response trainings that are needed. And they help with the target-specific groups, and what that means is that they go and work with organizations that either have a larger population that is working with these groups, right? So they're going to have first hands-on access to these groups, or they'll have more readily available access. And then they're also, with the different trends and needs, like high injury rates at work, they want to also make sure that those areas have the means to help with opioid overdoses and making sure that people are trained in knowing how to help prevent those chronic illnesses or how to deal with any kind of opioid addiction. Okay. And that's her contact info. And there you go. Any questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Cindy.
Okay. Hi, so I'm Emily Van Wagner. I am the STEM FCS and Leadership Coordinator for 4-H. And I'm also going to be going over Heather Thompson's, who is our horse coordinator, and then I'll pass it off to Corey Ann, and we'll just do kind of a quick overview of what we've done in 4-H this year. This is my first time talking with you guys, so I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm actually a product of 4-H. I started clear back when I was 5 years old, and I've been in 4-H for about 18 years now. And after growing up in the program, I moved on to be a curriculum developer and an intern before moving on to this position. So I'm excited to share what we've done this year. So just a couple quick highlights. We've been able to provide a lot more opportunities, specifically in leadership and STEM and FCS. Opportunities with our youth. For example, we have done tri-teams where a couple of our youth have applied to learn about FCS and STEM topics, and then pass on that information and curriculum to other youth in our community. We have also been creating camps that are affordable, but also open to teaching various topics. So this year we have started off with Wizard Camp, which focus on STEM and FCS and life skills through various collection of fun activities. And so we were lucky to have 20 youth attend for our first year. And due to that success, we will continue that camp and then also open up Space Camp for our younger participants. That way they can also start learning some of these skills. We have also started reinstating some county contests for youth to practice the skills they have been learning in their clubs and events, and also to get feedback back on those skills. So this year we had about 15 youth participate in those contests, and then we have had quite a few move on to the state contests as well as nationals to represent it. For overall program stuff, we have kind of been focusing on a little bit on quality, making sure the clubs and programs we provide are really helping these youth learn and develop the skills they need to continue in their life. So we have, in addition to helping with the clubs we have opened a strategy game club, and also have an FCS gardening and kind of like a catch-all club coming up in the next 6 months to continue to help them with those skills. We have also continued to participate in the Utah County Fair, where youth are able to demonstrate their skills and again receive more feedback. And so we have had an increase this year of exhibitors and participants. So we have had 134 youth participate in this event with over 1,000 entries. We have also shifted our focus a little bit to make it a little more educational and encourage youth to receive more feedback, and to also provide more information about what they're doing with these projects and what they're learning skill-wise. And then finally for me, the other half of my job is IC, where I go into 5th grade classrooms and I lead the youth a hands-on learning activity about the spheres of the world, where they actually get to learn to problem solve some issues that can arise when these spheres interact with one another. So this past spring, we were able to contact over 100 schools to offer this opportunity, and we were able to visit 43 of them. So altogether, 1,746 youth were able to participate in this program, which has been really crucial because this program has knowledge that a lot of youth are not really familiar with. And so they were able to learn about these topics and then also practice and gain confidence in their problem skills regarding real world problems. So that's kind of an overview on my programs. I'm also happy to announce with Heather and her cowboy camp that it is now receiving national recognition at the Ignite conference this upcoming year, just for how well developed it is. And she will be leading an amazing workshop to introduce this curriculum to the people there. And we have seen lots of really great impacts from this in agricultural literacy, and it's just really helped the youth in our county and in other counties as well gain a better understanding of the ag industry and work towards becoming advocates for it. I'm going to wrap up with that. Thank you. I'm going to pass it off to Corianne for her part.
Thanks, Emily.
Hi, like she said, I'm Corianne Topham, and I am the livestock coordinator in our county. And I believe there was a handout that had some impacts from the last year of what we've done in the county event, but there's just a couple that I wanted to highlight. We do a Learn Livestock event, educational series. So as kind of a glance, kids get their sheep, goats, and pigs not until March, and they work with them from March until September. So there is a little bit of a gap in the year that I like to give them opportunity to continue. And so we focus on the non-animal side, and they get to learn just more about their animals and different things. And so with that, we have generally about 30 consistent participants who come twice a month, and they come and just get to build their education about the animals and the science about them and all the different things. This year, I'm going to jump down to the turkey show. This year in our county, we had about 20 participants raising 230 turkey poults in our county. And they are average around 20 to 30 pounds when they're processed. And right now, turkey is about $2.3 or $2.36, which adds up to about $59 on average for a bird. And so that's just over $13,500 worth of turkeys being raised by 4-H'ers in our county. And they get them at the end of July, and we'll be processing them next week, so they'll be fresh for Thanksgiving. And so as we kind of sit and look at numbers, that doesn't just account for the skills that they're learning while participating in the educational events, along with livestock judging contests that I'm doing this year. But they learn a whole lot of responsibility, decision-making, and public speaking, just to name a few. So, thank you. Have any questions?
Mr. Hallam still helping with the turkey stuff?
Yes, he is
Okay.
a very huge help.
Yeah, I know Lisa Olson as well.
Not so much this year.
Okay.
Not so much this year, but she has in the past. Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Corianne.
So, commissioners, thank you again. This is our annual report. And on these youth programs, sometimes it's hard to put a total dollar value to what's the value of a kid raising a turkey. And what goes into this is leadership, ability, responsibility. And there is research out there showing that for every dollar we invest, especially at underserved communities, at-risk communities, in youth programming, the county sees a $5 to $10 return on that investment for not having to maybe later incarcerate people, offer counseling and things later on. And so one thing that wasn't mentioned, concerning at-risk populations, the mentoring group, which Gabby's a part of, brought in a $2 million grant recently that will be working with kids that just don't have a lot of support at home. And for those goals to help them be upstanding citizens, learn how to deal with life, learn life skills because they don't receive that at home. And so in those youth programming areas, I think the bigger picture is what's going to happen 10 years down the road for these kids that received, these camps and the mentoring and different things. So, for agriculture, it's a lot easier for me to put a dollar value on what we're doing in the county. And so with that, I'll open up to any questions or...
No questions, but thank you. This is great work.
Thank you.
Youth, agriculture, livestock, very important to us. So you mesh them all together. Love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from Commissioner Gardner?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to thank you, Tom. You guys do a great job. You're really good at tracking that money, and that way we know that everything spent wisely and that you're working hard. You do a really great job, and I really appreciate your leadership there at the extension. So thank you for the work you do.
We appreciate it. Thanks again.
I will. Sorry, I'm going to stop you
sorry,
there.
go ahead.
I did run into Michaela Ride's parents
Okay,
yesterday.
yes.
And it's evident to me how much she loves her job and the leadership that you guys have, just from what
Thank
her
you.
parents they didn't have to tell me about it, but they, were so excited to.
So
to let us know
Michaela
that.
Ride is a staff assistant in our office that works in youth programs, and she's been fantastic. So
Well,
thank you.
That's good. We appreciate all you do. We were just wondering if our county administrator, all he can grow in his backyard is weeds, apparently. And so we're wondering if there ever is a program. I know he's aged out of a lot of what you do, but perhaps we could maybe help him with some of.
Well, we do have the Master Gardener program, which a lot of our volunteers
We're
come
signing
from.
him up for it.
Thank you.
So
We're
we
gonna
would
sign
welcome
him up.
him anytime.
Okay. Thank you, Ezra.
Vineyard
Bridge
might
that
be
gap.
more the problem than him, but
It'd be the vineyard soil. Is that what your excuse is?
And Vineyard does have a
Honestly, at
good
this
community
point, it might
garden
just be
too.
easier to put turf. Like, I think it might be easier for Ezra to just turf that back.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Looking at the consent agenda, are there any items that you commissioners would like to hold for discussion?
Just real quick, staff's requested a striking of item 11 on consent.
Okay.
nothing from me.
Okay. Any issues or anything for you, Commissioner Gardner? Okay.
No.
All right. Then we have, looks like just 8 items on the regular agenda. Do we have any names for item 5? Or are we just noticing
I
that?
think
as a
item
vacancy?
5 is just declaring it. We're just
Yeah,
noticing
saying
it.
Just
we have
declaring
the
it.
opening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just okay. Very good. Any other items that
Yeah,
anyone?
for me, 1, 4, and 8.
1, 4, and 8. Okay. And then as far as Commissioner Gardner, any others? Okay.
Nope, I'm good.
And then as far as closed sessions, we'll strike 9, 10, and 11 and hold number 12.
For consent agenda items, we will strike number 11. For regular agenda items, we will hold numbers 1, 4, and 8. For closed sessions, we will strike numbers 9, 10, and 11 and hold number 12.
All right. Item number 1, Mr. Walker.
And I have enough history here, so Jeremy, I don't need, but
Okay.
there's a lot of uncertainty here on cost, implementation, staffing. I would love if we can just cut this in half as a one-time, 78,000, and then if we need additional later, we can reevaluate.
Commissioner Gardner, any concerns or comments there?
No, I think that's fine because I think the contract shows that we could cancel at any time and or that they would only charge us as they pay. So I think that's fine. In my mind, Jeremy, tell me if you're wrong, but I'm thinking that if we approve that and then you're utilizing those services and you needed more money, you could come ask for more. Is that problematic? Because the contract did say pay as we go, right?
Correct. Jeremy Walker, Director of Financial Services. So what we asked, what the proposal they've presented for the 156 is what they recommended, which is similar level of service that we've been getting through the selection and evaluation process. So the truth is, I don't know exactly what we need, which is why we need professional expert help. So we'll take as much help as we can get to make sure this goes well, and it has been going very well with their assistance. And so, we'll do the best with what we have, but we know we lack expertise in this area and that they have it, and this was their proposal. So whatever you give us, we'll gladly use.
Great, thank you.
So I would say on that, I mean, I completely agree. The importance of this project cannot be understated. There is literally not a portion of our county or our operations that this does not touch. And getting it done well will save us hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in the long run. But I would say if this is a pay-as-you-go and this was a complete estimate, then I would say if we can, let's take what we can get and get started, but don't go without. If we need their help and you need those services and you can justify that, then come back to us for more if this starts going down.
Is that the best process, or what if we did some in restricted, I guess, type idea?
If I may, so the proposal that they've given is a level of service. And so I don't think we can give them half the money and ask for the same level of service. So maybe we need to go back to them and say, what can we get,
What do we get
level of
for
service for half of that amount?
Yeah.
So I'd feel
Was
more
that for
comfortable
the whole
doing that.
year, Jeremy, all 2025?
Well, it's for the remainder of the implementation, so we don't know exactly how long that'll take. So it isn't restricted to any period of time other than it would begin as soon as it's signed.
Okay,
And
so
we're-
the other question is, would this be coming out of the project fund, which is CIP? So it's not coming out of, this isn't coming out of the budget. It doesn't need to be budgeted for 2025. It wouldn't be the general fund. It's the CIP, correct?
Yes, this would be part of the project budget.
And we're beginning January 2025?
We don't have a contract yet, so we anticipate January, yes.
Okay. I'm fine with 156.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay with the full amount then too, Commissioner Gardner? At this point?
Yeah, because it's a pay-as-you-go. So I think if we tentatively approve it, it's not like we're putting it in the budget. And if we don't need the services and we don't use them, we won't pay for them. So I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So I'll move to approve item 1.
Okay.
All right, I'll second that motion.
Motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay. Item 1 passes. Item 4.
And Ezra, just a quick one for me. The cap that's in there, I just want to confirm is a cap. Anything over that, they'll have to come for additional.
Yeah, there was a new version. So the original version that was on there until about 2 hours ago was what we sent to them, and they sent back an even lower cap. So the cap is 2,500 on that instead of
wonderful.
5,000.
So I move to approve item 4.
All right, I'll second that.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Beltran, second by Commissioner Gardner. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay. Item 8.
And me again, sorry. I just want to know what it is we're doing here. I'd love to get that whole project list done. I'll be dead by the time it's done. So what are we approving?
Okay, so Richard Nelson, Public Works. What this is the corridor, planned corridor map from Mountain Land Association of Governments from the MPO. And part of the state code that allows the corridor preservation funds, one of the steps in there is to present this to the county legislative body and get the approval of the eligible corridors. So what you're doing is you're saying that these corridors that are on this map and this list are eligible for corridor preservation funds if requested and
Great.
available.
Great. So motion to approve item 8.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any concern with the youngest commissioner saying that he'll be dead before these happen?
I'm glad you caught that.
Okay, because that scares me. Okay, now is the time that we would move to public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the commission? Okay, seeing none, we will go into closed session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.